Let's talk more business. Beni Adams is our guide. Beni.
Thank you, Harry. Now, Japan, one of Nigeria's largest sesame seed export markets, is set to impose stricter import regulations starting in March 2025. The new rules will reduce allowable pesticide residue levels, potentially impacting Nigeria's significant share of the global sesame market. Alika Opanachi-Arwa reports on the steps the Nigerian government is taking to ensure quality and compliance.
2023, Nigeria's sesame export market was valued at approximately $427.9 million, with major buyers including China, Japan, India, and the European Union. Despite being the world's fourth largest sesame producer, Nigeria faces a potential disruption.
This is not just for exports. What Nigerians consume also deserve the highest of global standards. So just to make that point that it's not just for what we give to other people, but also what we consume. So we're working on a whole systemic approach.
There's misuse of pesticides, and there's also salmonella contamination in some of our cowpeas. So this study and the implementation of this report will help us curb that and help all the farmers and the major players in the value chain to comply with the pesticide residue level.
We are forming an intergovernmental working group in Nigeria among the regulators to organize the coordination of these pesticides and exercising their mandate in a more coordinated way.
They are also calling for the urgent implementation of a national traceability system, NTS, which will help monitor and improve product quality to ensure compliance with international standards. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi-Arwa, NTA News.
Now, still talking economic growth, the African Development Bank Group says Africa's Growth Agenda 2063 will be a reality. This is as the bank believes Africa's GDP growth rate has demonstrated remarkable resilience despite global and domestic shocks that have overlapping and recurrent.
Africa has what it takes to finance its own development domestically and achieve this high rate of growth of 7 to 10%, which is determined to be what will break these vicious cycles of poverty in Africa if we sustain it over the next 40 years. It is possible. Africa can, and Africa should do it. So it doesn't depend. It depends on us to be able to make it happen.
Now, while being optimistic of that GDP growth, let's take a look at the market in Africa, talking about a Nigerian stock where Nigerian equities today posted the third consecutive losses as the all-share index lost 0.41% to close at 160,461.96 basis points from 106 points of yesterday recorded, that is Tuesday. While existing investors are also busy taking profit, it is that best time for new investors like tantalizers who led the gainers list while Caverton topped the losers chart. Well, Fidelity Bank was actually the most traded stock by volume, while Okumu Oil was the most traded stock by value, worth 2.53 billion naira. And in South Africa, the South Africa JSE Top 40 actually gained 1.20% to record 952.97 gain to close at 80,406.50 basis points. It's also a gain for the Tunisia Tune Index, which appreciated by 0.12% to close at 10,725.13%. African stocks actually doing well. It is hopeful that possibly tomorrow Nigerian stocks might just turn positive. That is it on business. But News Extra continues after this break. Do stay with us.